Hi guys, after that epic fail where I talked to the camera that isn't recording, I was actually wanting to talk about something important, and it kind of relates to today, and it kind of doesn't, because, you don't, because not many people hear about this anymore, and I'm kind of surprised because it's a very important part of who we are. It's actually driving a lot of things nowadays, and it's kind of the reason why we don't like our government right now. Why it's really a big reason why. And it kind of started it all. And that's actually talking about the war on terror, supposedly. Now, it's not that I don't agree with the reasons, but I don't agree with where we spent most of our time, because we started this war in Afghanistan, and then we neglected that and went into Iraq, and then we went back to Afghanistan, but Iraq really had nothing to do with terrorism, it didn't, why we went there didn't really have to do with terrorism. It had to do with weapons that weren't being used or weren't threatened to be used. It was kind of like we just want to control everything, and that's really sad coming from us, because we're a country of people who should appreciate their freedoms, and the people who have them, and we're going to go around and control other people's stuff, what other people get to do and what they don't get to do. That doesn't make any sense, especially when we go into a country, bomb the shit out of its capital, and then, or for stuff that they weren't even going to use, they just had, and call it part of a war that it had nothing to do with. And then we go back to Afghanistan after what, 10 years? No, 8 years of it not being the spotlight, and everyone thinks that because we have a new president it's different. But just to let you all know, a surge is the same thing as a troop increase. It's exactly the same thing. It's just different wording to make it sound better. And while I again agree with the reasons, I mean, how the people that we're fighting are based in Afghanistan, and it's not like we're fighting the Afghanistan army, we're fighting the terrorist group that's there, trying to get it out and make sure it can't do what it did again to us, which I'm pretty sure that it can't anymore, because it's kind of small, but we still haven't caught the person that we said we were going to catch, and that really disappoints me, because we were considered the best country in a lot of ways. I mean, America was a superpower for a lot of reasons, and the military was one of them. I mean, we were pretty much the leader of the gang for 60 years. No, it's 50 years during the Cold War, and then after that we were still the leader of the gang, and there wasn't any other real superpower, because the only other one kind of broke and didn't work anymore. And so this is embarrassing. I don't care how you put it. It's embarrassing that we haven't caught one man with an entire army or with all of our military. Hell, the SEALs have gone into this place and not found them. Now, while yeah, we have made some taken some really good turns. I mean, a lot of I guess a lot of terrorists have been caught, and a lot of a few important people have too, possibly killed. I don't know, and personally I don't care, as long as they're not doing as long as they're not attacking us again. And sadly, I wasn't even like really aware of the world around me when when this all kind of started in 2011 or 2001. I'm sorry, and I still realize how important this is. You know, this is embarrassing that we haven't caught one person after being in a place for 9 years. 9 years. What's the excuse for that? He's been hiding in a frickin' hole, and we can't find him. That's embarrassing. It is, and I'm really glad that I have freedom of speech to say that, because it's embarrassing that one country that is supposedly a superpower can't find one person. We know everything about his life up until yesterday, and we can't find him. How is that possible that we know where he is but can't find him? It doesn't make any sense with me. And as for, and that's beyond stupid. And as for this whole getting rid of change thing that Obama's been talking about when it comes to this war, because he has been saying like he was going to do something different, and now a lot of people got on board. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind a little bit of change too. But when all you do is you change the word from military increase to surge, that's not doing anything. That's in fact making matters worse, because you lied to 300 million people. Now he has a timetable that you know. So did Bush. So did. Yeah, that was pretty much it. There wasn't really any fighting before Bush. Well, at least none that we know of. A lot of secret affairs stuff, but that doesn't count because nobody knew, and it wasn't like our son, like every single one of our sons and daughters are going. But nothing has changed. There's a timetable that's different, but it's still everybody. Bush's prom had like 3, and none of them really went into effect. I have no trust in what Obama said about this. And while I don't want to be in Afghanistan anymore, and it's embarrassing that we haven't finished what we started yet, even though we have the capabilities to, I don't believe we should give up, because that would be letting them know, hey, you win. We're scared of you, and we don't want to go after you because we give up so easily. And I don't agree with that. It doesn't make any. It doesn't. I don't want. I don't think we should send that message to the people we've been supposedly fighting. Now I know a few people that have been calling this a war for oil, and they're probably right. That's probably the secret reason why we went to Iraq. But the fact we stayed there after the oil fields got burned is kind of a big reason as to why it's not. But yeah, we can't leave her stop fighting until we finish what we started, and that was promised, that we would catch the people who tore down the Twin Towers and attacked us on our own soil. That a lot of people died that day, and if they knew that we gave up finding the people responsible for this because it was supposedly too hard, even though it isn't, it wouldn't be for our country, I think they would be turning in their graves. I can't imagine why we would leave until we are done with what we started. And I'm talking to you, all those people in the Pentagon and White House and in Congress. You haven't held up your promises. Fix that. Finish what you started, and then start worrying about controlling about trying to get control over the country. Because I guarantee people wouldn't hate the government as much if it was trustworthy and gave people a reason to believe it. I mean, what? The Bay of Pigs ended the reign of trust the trust that people had in the country or in their government, because it was so secret, and then a huge fail and made international matters worse for America. Well, this is just making it worse, because you guys promised something 9 years ago and you haven't delivered, even though you know you can, even though you could have delivered before you made the promise. And that's it. So, as for this next election, don't expect my vote for anyone who's currently in office. I can't support liars. I can't support people who do that, who give you false hope, because that's just as bad as what people see, what people saw the Patriot Act as this, or as the same, and just as bad as to me, it's just as bad to give people false hope to make them do something as scaring the crap out of them to make them do something. Because no matter what the person feels, you're lying, or you're just being plain old mean, and both of those are wrong. I can't. So as I said, all you government officials out there, expect to be unemployed like the rest of us in the next few months. Because I won't stand for you guys. I will change this. And for all the people who aren't involved in the government, I hope you better vote too, because there's nothing that can change who's in office but us. Nothing. So I would strongly encourage you guys to go to a voting booth and vote this November 2nd for new people. Because I know it is an election year. And we can make a change. We can actually make things better. But we need to vote. And then the voice of the people can really be heard. So I'm going to leave you on that note, at least for this video. Again, government, watch out. People, vote. Make the government obey you, because that's what this country was about. Is the government for the people, by the people. So, and we need to make it do what we want. And if it fears, and if we can strike fear into the people in government to actually, with our voice, with our power that we have, that I haven't seen in a long time, because of the idiots we've let into office. If we can use that voice, we can scare the government into doing what it was designed to do when it was created. So yeah, I'm going to leave you guys with that. See you guys later.